We are back and we're getting straight into a catch up, see what we've been up to, and a little bit of a chat about confidence, internal and external things that we can all do to increase our confidence. But first of all, before we speak about confidence, what have you been up to?
I got a nose job.
Would you care to elaborate?
I didn't get a rhinoplasty, but I got a non-surgical nose job. Now, for any of you fucking going to come for me, your nose is beautiful. Firstly, you're a liar. My nose, okay, we're running it back for a second. I've been on this planet for 30 years, nearly, not yet, 29 years, right? No one has ever told me, I'm looking at you, Gemma, my nose was crooked. No one. And when I say crooked, like if you guys are watching, you'll see I had literally like a dip in my nose, like it like was carved out. Anyways, I'm looking down the camera right now. Stunning, side profile, beautiful. Went in for a non-surgical nose job and just put some filler in it just to fill out that little hole. And I'm sickly obsessed with it.
I'm happy that you're happy. You look phenomenal.
It's game changer. And it's like the smallest little thing. Like nobody has ever noticed, like no one's noticed, no one's commented on it, no one's gone, oh my God, your nose looks really straight, unless the people that I've told about it, obviously. But for me, I'm like, I noticed such a big difference and I'm loving it. Not that I hated my nose before, but I did catch myself like only trying to smile on one side. Now I'm like, don't even care. Get me at any angle and I'm fucking on.
Any angle. And
any angle.
I love that for you. What else have we been up to? So you're going to Japan in less than how many days?
I leave in like 3 days.
How do you feel about that?
No, don't. I'm so stressed, honestly. I've been so stressed. I just have so much to do. I've had such a busy week. We have so much going on with the podcast, which is incredible and we love it. But so much going on with the podcast, business, life, all the things. I also have to pack. And I'm that type of person, like I'm like a mix between a personality A and a personality B, where I'm like really organized, but then I also get like so organized that it stresses me out because there's so much that I want to do and then I worry that I'm not going to have time to do it. It's crazy being inside my brain. So I'm just like all over the place. I feel excited. I just need to pack and like we have one of Aman's friends from South Africa who's staying at our house at the moment. So like things are just like everywhere. I'm not like in my normal routine.
I think I really struggle when my space is not organized or if I feel like if the plan changes.
Oh, you can't cope with that.
I can't cope. Oh, is that right? No, but I seriously can't. I go off my rocker. Like if you tell me that we're doing this at 6 and then you message me at 5 and you're like, actually, we're going to go there and it's at 8, I'll actually implode.
I know.
I need to work on that, obviously. But that also makes me feel a bit crazy. I think that we've just had a lot of different things on, like social things. I think that in November and December, we always talk about the festive season being crazy, but I've actually felt that March has been insane. There's just been so much on, which is all really exciting things, like business things we're excited about, podcast things we're excited about, our social life we're excited about, travel we're excited about, but there's just lots of little things going on. And it feels like I think we need to make sure we have time where we're just
chilling, that's like Japan. I'm probably not going to be, I'm going to be like walking fucking 30,000 steps a day, but so excited to just get there. The only thing that I'm like, not looking forward to is like the 13-hour flight. It's not even that long, but like that's a long time. I don't know how I'm going to cope.
Do you sleep on flights?
No. Oh. Aman can sleep hanging upside down from a tree. Me, absolutely not. I'll be wide awake for the whole 13 hours. Maybe I'll try and sleep. I'll take a neck pillow.
I feel like if you can nail the perfect travel setup, then you're sorted. I'm talking block out eye mask. I'm talking little things on my ears. I'm talking neck pillow. If you can nail all of that, then at least you've got the best chance possible.
Do you sleep on a plane?
Yeah, fully.
You're the lucky one. One of the lucky ones.
One of the lucky ones. So yeah, you're going to Japan. We, again, you guys are so sick of our bullshit, but we are going back to Bali in July.
I think we already told the podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I'm excited about that. We have things looking like to look forward to. Can we talk
about how we booked Bali? Because that was actually epic.
Okay, so Kate and I move quick, and I think that it's one of our best traits. We take action. We live and breathe what we tell you guys to do. Take fucking action. This went to, hey, Kate, are we going to Bali? Then she said yes, and then 4 hours later, Airbnb booked, flights booked, payments transferred, done.
Done. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Pretty proud of us.
And you know what I was really proud of is like, I booked the flights. I took the reins on that. Jem booked the accommodation. You sent me 2 places for accommodation and was like, this one or this one. I said that one. You said done. Because sometimes when you're organizing things, there's like lots of multiple things moving at one point. But we were just like, we're going on this date. We're flying on this time. We're staying here. Perfect. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah. It's actually
Great.
put it at ease because we both had our own little jobs to do and we could just sort it. And we also trusted each other. Like, we're doing it together. How bad can it be? It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
Neither of us are getting sick. It's going to be great. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And we're not going to talk about the other travel we have for a little while, but we will be going away later in the year to be confirmed. That's real sus.
You guys aren't allowed to know. It's top secret.
It's very top secret.
It's probably, I'm just saying this, the most exciting thing of my life.
That's a big call.
It is. Oh, and that's all you get to know. And then you just have to hang around and wait and see what happens.
All right, let's get into confidence, building confidence because
Wait, do you have a life update?
Whoa.
Because I just
Honestly,
spoke about Japan and Bali and that's about it.
I feel like I've just been on the grind lately, to be honest. Like, to be honest, we go through different, I'm glad for your honesty. I don't know why I said to be honest.
Glad we're being honest on this podcast.
Glad we're being so honest. So essentially, we always go through different seasons. At the moment, the season that I'm in is loving my routine, loving my training, loving my business. I'm putting a lot of my mental capacity into that. And to be honest, if I was going to give you a life update, it would be, yes, I'm still waking up at 5. Yes, I'm still training. Yes, I'm still in a deficit and enjoying it. Yes, I'm still growing my business and loving it. Like, that's where I'm at the moment. And there'll be times where I'm like, this, and this is happening, but still in a reno, still in a deficit, still really happy with how things are going in biz. And that's pretty much where we're at with that. I've just been really hyper-focused and I kind of just go into this like mode where I just tunnel vision.
You've got goals. You're working hard.
Yeah,
You're fucking
and
taking action. Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
we've had nose jobs, renovations, Bali, Japan, something else really exciting that we're not talking about, top secret. It's all happening.
All right, let's talk about confidence because confidence is such a broad topic and I actually want you guys to leave this episode feeling like you have some actionable things that you can do that will help you feel more confident, more in love with yourself, more accepting of yourself and also just happier because it's such a journey that I'm sure we've both gone on. I know personally for me, I used to feel like I didn't have a voice. I used to feel like I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I used to doubt myself a lot. And again, there's always work to be done, but I feel like I like the person that I am. I am confident in the decisions I make. I back myself and that didn't happen on a whim. It's happened because of things that I've done. So starting off, I wanted to say one thing that I think has made a really big difference is just becoming the kind of person who backs themselves. So when I make a decision, I don't need to ask 40,000 people, what do you reckon I should do? Should I do this? Should I do that? I've become really good at, over time, making a decision and then just like sticking with that and owning it. And it feels really good because you start to actually rely internally and look internally for, I don't know the words validation, but just like for the answers rather than relying on everybody else.
External world.
Yeah, the external world. So I think that's been a really big one.
Yeah, I love that. I think as well when we look at confidence, it's like the reason that you're not confident is because you keep breaking promises to yourself, reinforcing that you are not worthy of X, Y, and Z. So if you want to build confidence, it's not about the way that you look. It's not about anything aesthetically or like Jem was saying externally to you. You actually have to look within, right? You have to, can I not speak today? You actually have to look within, right? And if you are somebody right now who doesn't have any confidence or feels like they lack confidence in certain things, and don't get me wrong, you can be confident at work, for example, but then maybe you want to start posting on social media and you're like, oh, I'm not confident in doing that. The one thing that's going to get you to build higher levels of confidence, like I said, is actually sticking to your fucking word. If you say, for example, you want to go to the gym and you want to start training 4 days a week, and those 4 days a week roll around and you make excuse after excuse after excuse, what are you doing? You are essentially shooting yourself in the foot and not building any levels of confidence because you're just reaffirming to yourself that you actually can't do what you set out to do. And this is the same thing. It's like if you're wanting to post on social media, for example, it's like, cool, I want to get confident in doing that. How do you get confident? By taking action and doing it. But every time you avoid it, you make an excuse, you don't stick to your word of on Monday, I'm going to post a reel, a story, a piece of content, a traveling blog, whatever the thing is. And you go, actually, I'm not going to do it. I'm too scared. You just reaffirm that you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. And then what does that lead to? Lack of confidence, lack of confidence, lack of confidence.
I would also add to that around the same kind of theme, but stop avoiding things that are hard. Because when you have a challenge and then you give up, or you have a challenge and you say, I can't do it, you are essentially staying in that state of mind where you're the kind of person who avoids hard things or doesn't, again, back themselves or doesn't challenge themselves. And on the other side of that, and I think it's because we're just trying to keep ourselves safe, right? Because it feels good where we currently are. But if you, let's just go back to the gym, it's, you know, you want to become a gym girly and you go on the first day and there's so many things that are hard. There's the new environment. Is the coach that I've hired going to judge me? There's the actual movements are hard. But to build real confidence, you feel that challenge. You feel that things are hard, but you reaffirm to yourself, that's okay. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. And if you just started with that, a little bit of that mindset, and then you prove to yourself, you do the session and you're like, oh, that was hard, but I did it. That compounding effect of showing up in the gym, doing the things that are hard, this works in so many other avenues in your life, helps you build that self-belief and just reaffirming that you're the kind of person that can do hard things, which makes you more confident.
Absolutely. And I always look at it this way, like the day that you went to university, for example, did you know everything? No. You had to keep going every day. You had to keep studying every day. And this could be first day of a new job, right? You had to keep showing up, keep doing it, keep doing it. You probably felt a little bit nervous. And then all of a sudden, 2 years down the track, I'm really confident in I know exactly what I'm doing at work. I know exactly what I'm learning in my degree. Same rules apply to life. And I probably look at confidence through maybe a little bit more of I would say a little bit of a different lens. I don't actually believe that confidence is being the loudest person in the room, the one that takes up the most space, the one that can walk into a room and make everybody laugh. I actually don't believe that that's like 100% confidence. The way that I look at confidence, it's like, how do you feel within yourself? Like you walking into a room, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like I could hold a conversation, but I don't need to be the loudest person, the most over-exaggerated version of myself? And that's what I find a lot happens on social media. It's like become this sexy, most confident, unlocked version of yourself where it's just like blowing smoke up your ass, right? How do you actually become confident? It's by what Gem said, doing the hard thing. It's by proving to yourself that you can get up and take action on the things that you want in your life, knowing that on the other side of that, you're going to build confidence. It's stop making excuses. And it's staying fucking true to your word. When you decide on something, the only way that you're going to get good at it is by taking action. The more action you take, the more confident you become. And then voila, you're a confident, bad bitch that can do absolutely anything and it'll bleed into every area of your life.
Yep. I couldn't have said it better. And the one point I wanted to touch on, because this is so common, is you're trying to build internal confidence, but you're spending too much time talking shit to yourself, being negative self-talk, and expecting to miraculously feel good about yourself, and to comparing yourself to everybody else. When I think about feeling good about yourself, I think that you need to start speaking good to yourself. What do you like about yourself? If that's hard to figure out, that's what you need to work on, because it starts from that internal thought pattern and internal feeling about yourself. Otherwise, it's fake.
Yeah.
If you say, I'm confident, but then when you're alone, you're picking yourself apart and you don't believe that you're actually these things, then it's just a facade. So I think that work on the way that you speak and appreciate, nourish, treat yourself, and also spend less time comparing yourself to other people and start comparing, where you are now to where you want to be. And from there, you'll build true confidence.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think exactly what Gem said, it starts with the way that you fucking speak to yourself. If you want to be this confident bad bitch that I mentioned before, and every single time you're looking in the mirror, you're going, oh, I've got cellulite. Oh, I look so fat. oh, this person's got a better body than me. This person has nicer hair than me. This person's smarter than me. I want you today to challenge yourself in that negative thought pattern with something positive. It's okay to have these negative thoughts, right? It's okay to look in the mirror and go, fuck, I want to change the way that I look. That's actually okay. But if you're constantly doing it all of the time, that's when it's not okay. Like I can look in the mirror one day and go, fuck, I look hot. The next day I can go, oh my God, what is going on? That's fine. But when you're constantly doing that over and over, that's when it's like, no, we need to actually stop that pattern of behavior happening. And what I tell a lot of my clients to do, and you probably do the same, where it's like, if I'm having a negative thought pattern about the way that I look, I'm challenging myself in that exact moment to go, what's something positive I like about myself? This way you're actually stopping your brain from focusing on the negativity and actually focusing on the positive. So when you look, I'm no brain specialist neuroscientist, but when you look at like the way that humans are programmed, if I said to you today, Gem, you're so beautiful, your hair is fucking phenomenal, and you have the best body I've ever seen. And then I backed it up by saying, oh, but you speak a little bit too loud. You would focus on the, you speak a little bit too loud, and you would go home and ruminate on this. Negative, negative, negative. Our brains are programmed to focus on the things that we're not good at and the negative things. So let's reprogram that by actually going, oh, okay, cool. She said I've got the best hair ever, and actually focusing on that. So catching yourself actively changing that in the moment will be a game changer from you talking shit about yourself to actually loving yourself.
I think we could go straight from that into gratitude.
Yeah.
Because something that I've practically been trying to do at the moment, and I'm a big believer on, and I think this ties in really well to confidence and also just overall positive growth and personal development. If you're struggling with confidence and you're talking shit about yourself all the time and you're spiraling all the time, like Kate has said with the changing your thought pattern, try to finish every single day or start every single morning by writing down 3 things that you either like about yourself or that you like that you're doing, or something good that's happening in your life. Because if you start thinking like that, it will start to become a more positive mindset, and it's also going to allow you to start appreciating yourself more. And it's also just going to be a much better thought pattern and process than this rumination, negativity. Like you want to be that confident girl, but again, you're spiraling. So focusing on gratitude, focusing on shifting your mindset, at least from being negative to neutral, trying to be as positive as possible, and catching yourself with comparison, catching yourself with talking yourself down.
I think as well, like this is a little bit of a sidestep, so just bear with me, we'll loop back in a sec. The whole like looking at other confident women and being like, I want to be like that confident woman. It also starts with the way that you speak about other women. So if you are someone who looks at someone who's confident and goes, she's so loud, she's so obnoxious, she's a fucking loser, she's this, this, and this, the work lies with you, because you will never be confident if you tear other women down for being themselves and being confident. Because why would you ever be confident? Because if I become confident, then people are going to talk like that about me, and I'm not going to be able to hold that. So if you are a female right now who talks shit about other women, rips other women, does it behind the scenes, gossips with their friends, that's your fucking work, because I can guarantee you will never, ever, ever be this confident bad bitch if you are constantly tearing others down.
I want to add to that point, because that is an amazing point, around how much your environment will impact your own confidence, your external environment. So we just spoke about if you're constantly tearing other women down, what about if you're just in a group of girls and all of those girls are constantly picking at you or picking at other people? Like it goes in the same breath, but I think this is its own point, because I think that there are some groups, because I've seen it before, I think, we've been around in life for long enough to know that there are some big social groups where everyone is just talking about other people and gossiping and picking people apart. Like, she wore this, she said this, she did that. If that is your conversation, like your stock standard conversation when you're with other women is to talk about other women, and that's all of your conversation, how they look, what they did, what they're posting, that is a projection on the fact that you don't feel confident enough yourself to do those things most of the time. I can't believe she did that. So on and so on.
100% projection. Also, you're a fucking loser. Like, sorry, if you're a grown woman and you are talking shit about another woman, having confidence, posting herself online, going after what she wants, getting a promotion, losing the weight, gaining the muscle mass, you are a fucking loser. And you need to look at yourself in the mirror, because that is never, and you are going to be that person that sits there and goes, life is so hard. I'm never going to be confident. Nothing works out for me. Yes, because you are talking badly about other people. That is one thing I do not tolerate. Like, if you're going to gossip, get out of my face.
Yep. And it's such an important point, because I think people get stuck in these friendship groups or in these behaviors where they're just focusing on other people and then wondering why they don't feel good or why they don't want to put themselves out there. It's because in their world, they talk about people that put themselves out there. So they're afraid to put themselves out there because
what if it happens to them?
What if it happens to me?
I deal with this a lot with like my business coaching clients, even like fitness girls, right? It's like, I'll have clients who come to me and they're like, I really want to post content to grow my business. Oh, but I'm really afraid. Okay, why are we afraid? Fear of failure. Actually, it's the fear of judgment. Okay, why? Oh, because this group I used to hang out with used to like tear apart people posting on social media. It's like, yeah, cool. So you've just shot yourself in the foot, because the group that you're hanging out with is actually putting a cap on your potential. So I think it's really important. I know that was a little bit of a tangent, but it's just something that we need to note. Like, if you are the person who doesn't have confidence, but that is your actions, habits, behaviors, patterns, and the gossip that you partake in, like, good luck ever building confidence.
And when I'm thinking about confidence and showing up online, for the girls that listen to us that are either fitness girlies wanting to document their journey or business girlies who want to grow their business, something that I always think about, because this is a topic I speak about all the time with my clients as well, like, oh, what if I post? What if this? What if that? And I know people feel that way, especially starting a business. I need you to surround yourself by people who are succeeding, because nobody who is succeeding, has a growth mindset, those people are celebrating other people. The people who are talking shit, the people who are talking down to you trying, when has it ever been a bad thing to try? It's not a bad thing to try. Making effort, wanting more for yourself, putting yourself out there, how is that ever a bad thing? And if anybody perceives that as a bad thing, I guarantee you wouldn't trade places with them. And if you wouldn't trade places with them, then why are you taking their opinion? So I really want, if any girl is afraid of putting yourself out there and they're lacking confidence with that, I really think, would you trade spaces, would you trade places with the people that you fear are judging you? And also remember that people that are succeeding, that are ambitious, that are in the place that you want to be, they are lifting other women up. That's the reality.
Come hang out with us.
Hang out with us,
honestly, come hang out with us, because you'll get hyped the fuck up and you will probably grow, get the body of your dreams and build a fucking business. That's the way it is. But just quickly circling back, I just wanted to mention the gratitude part. I think that's really, really important. How often do we move through life being so ungrateful for the things that we already have that are right in front of us? What's that quote where it's like, you don't even realize that everything you've been wishing for is what you have right now, because you're not even looking at all of the things and celebrating all of the small things. Something that I do in my life is whenever I hit a milestone that is small or big or whatever, I will always do something to celebrate, whether it's booking a massage, a facial, buying something for myself, going to the movies, whatever, like something that actually signifies and celebrates that, so I can have that moment of gratitude of like, fuck, I've actually worked so hard to do this. And then that also builds your confidence in turn, because you're looking around going, okay, I'm actually so grateful for my current friendships. I'm so grateful that I put myself out there and made new friendships. I'm so grateful that I did X, Y, and Z. And then all of a sudden it becomes easier and you build more confidence, because you're like, life is actually getting really fucking good.
I have one more point that's a bit rogue, but it's also something that I have personally experienced, and you've talked about this as well, which is, if you want to feel more internally confident, all of this inner work's really important, but also your external world and how you present will also impact how you feel about yourself. So let's use the example, because this reminds me of lockdown, of you're working from home. Now, there's one version of you. That version of you rolls out of bed, is wearing trackies, doesn't really make any effort with your appearance. And this might sound vain, but it's true. If you make an effort, you will feel better. That's the one version of you. You go through your day and you feel a certain way. There's a second version of you who wakes up early because she keeps the commitments that she makes to herself. She, puts on a cute outfit, does her hair, maybe you want to put on makeup, whatever's your vibe, and it makes you feel really good. And that's how you start your day. If you put that extra effort into your external appearance, or just even, doesn't even have to be makeup. It can just be literally like put on something that makes you feel good. If you do that, you will outwardly project more confidence, because you will feel better about yourself.
It's also called the halo effect. Sorry, I had to quickly Google it because I couldn't remember the exact term. But the halo effect is the tendency for positive impressions of a person, company, country, brand, or product in one area to positively influence opinions or feelings. And this comes down to body language, the way that you present yourself, the way that you speak, the way that you hold, the presence that you have, etc. But I can guarantee you, if you put in a tiny bit of effort, and like you said, it's not about doing your hair and your makeup and like getting lash extensions and all of this like external stuff, but it is about like what makes you feel good. Like I know for me, like I actually every day get ready for my day. I work from home. All I do is get ready to go upstairs and work in my office, but it makes me feel good. Then I know if I need to create content. I already look kind of cute, so I'm more inclined to do it. And it also makes me feel like I have more purpose, like it's a bit more purposeful. So I definitely agree, like look good, feel good. And that wraps up this episode, guys. We got very passionate there. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow, comment. If you want to see anything more from us, if you want us to dive deeper into more about confidence and not being a loser, talking shit about people, let us know. We love you so much. Bye.